Beautiful day, beautiful soul, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, and I'm back to deliver your latest timeless collective channel message from the download series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you'll always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. You have questions, I have answers. You can find those facts on my website, located in the title of this live, raw, real, unedited, uncut, unscripted, deprogrammed, sugar-free broadcast. Because the only thing I'm going to sugarcoat around here is these nails. And just a little bit in my coffee. I'll put a little bit of sugar in my coffee. I pulled your Alpha and Omega messages. They're sitting there. You know, at least one of you is going to feel like, oh, this is my reading. But there's probably going to be more than one. This is my reading. But I didn't tell her what was going on. Or I don't know how she knows all this. I don't know how I know, but I know that I know. And I learned to stop wondering, why do I know? Because I just get it. Okay. So we're going to go into this. And I'm getting to start today with the mind-body makeover cards. So let's get into your message. You'll hear me stop and sip every now and again because, yeah, that coffee is good. And so a reminder is coming through. When you feel chaos going on internally, it's the perfect time to get in touch with your body. If your mind is driving you crazy, if your emotions are driving you crazy, get in touch with your body and see what your body has to say. But let's see what this deck of cards is going to show about what's going on in this energy. Let's see what we got. It says, I don't have the ability to support myself in the world. That's what somebody's feeling scared about. Yeah, that's what you're feeling. You're feeling scared because you feel like you can't take care of yourself. I need them. I need that. I need. Watch out for the I needs and I wants, because wanting and needing is going to keep a person wanting and needing. That's a very strong vibration. A vibration of what? A vibration of lack and limitation. So we want to be aware of that. Is there somewhere where you feel that you don't have the ability to support yourself in the world? Well, let's see what the mind makeover card says. Healthy goals, number 1. Healthy goals card number 1. It says, my ability to support myself in the outer world is a reflection of my mental, emotional, and spiritual consciousness. Mental, emotional, and spiritual consciousness. Okay, they're showing me, this is going to be interesting because they're developing a custom spread around this card. I'm seeing that in my spirit's eye. So let me go grab the deck that I was just shown, because it's not on the table. With all the stuff I got on my crowded table today, let me go get this other deck. So what I'm seeing is using the Prism Oracle to pull and check what is happening in your mental, in your emotional, and your spiritual consciousness. So let's put some shuffles on this deck. What's the most valuable message that is to be delivered? Show me what's really going on here. Show me with accuracy, clarity, and simplicity what's happening in the mental, emotional, and spiritual consciousnesses at this time that warrants our attention for our highest, lightest, and brightest good, for our overall love, peace, health, wealth, and happiness. Yes. Okay, let's see. What do we have? What do I have for you right now? Okay. One more shuffle, and then I'm going to cut them. And then I'm going to bring them back together. Give me a card for what is the current state of mental consciousness. Mental consciousness. Where is the mental consciousness right now? Show me the mental consciousness. Okay. Protection. I need to guard myself. I need to protect myself. The mind is focused in this. Okay. I need help. What was this one? Let's look at what it was. Rejection. Ha! Whoa, they said keep it out. Rejection is God's protection and redirection. Rejection and protection. This is on the mind right now. All right, let's look at the emotional consciousness right now. What's going on with the emotional consciousness? We had one come out. Intuition in reverse. The emotions are strong, but I hear you're not picking up the cues of what those emotions are showing you. Remember, your emotions are more than just to feel them. Your emotions are to guide you. It feels like crap. When those emotions feel like crap, that's telling you, make the nearest possible U-turn. You're going in the wrong direction. Your desired path is not in that trajectory. You're not in the trajectory of your desired path. That's why this feels like crap. That's what I heard. Been feeling like crap? It feels shitty? Well, your spirit is not in agreement with your point of view. I heard, so we're going to have to look at what's the point of view that's got you feeling shitty. And let me grab my notebook so I can remember to do that question. Hold on. Yeah, I did not clean my desk up before, so I got all kinds of cards on my table, but I feel like that's perfect. Because we're going to end up using them all. Okay, and now I'm throwing stuff. Y'all, be patient with me. I woke up and I just had this feeling like, okay, it's time to do a very significant reading. So here we are. Oh, yeah, that was cards. They flew to the floor. More cards. Okay. So let me see. What's the point of view? Hold on. I'm going to take a note so we remember to ask that question. Question. What's the point of view that is being misunderstood? I heard misinterpreted. They said that's a better word, more accurate word. That feels shitty right now. Yo, you guys remember a few days ago I had to fix the flusher on the toilet? My goodness, this thing has been so annoying. As soon as I think I got it right, because it's a universal, I have to bend it and all this stuff. Turns out it's just running. So my grandson flushed toilet. Hold on. If I don't go back and jiggle that handle or yell at them to do it, that thing will run all day. Okay. Oh. What's the message in that? What's the message in? There's some sort of message in that. Okay, let me write that down. Running. There's some sort of question in that too, because what do we say? If it feels like shit, flush it, right? But you can't get a good flush if you don't get a full tank of water. If the little stopper don't go down, I'm sorry, you're not going to flush very well. If your flusher ain't so is the flusher not working? Okay, I put that on my notes too. Let's go ahead and look at what's in the spiritual consciousness. What is in the spiritual consciousness in this energy, please? And thank you. What is in the spiritual energy, in the spiritual consciousness, in this energy for today's download? Okay. And it looks like we have 3 cards coming out. Consciousness. Open up your consciousness. Raising awareness. Raising consciousness. Okay. I heard evolving consciousness. Rest. Your spirit needs rest. I just got something there. When you're so exhausted, you haven't slept in 22 hours or 24 hours or, you know what I'm saying? Like you've been up for way too freaking long. That period of time where you've been up so long and now you get loopy, you get like, I call it delirious. I'm freaking delirious. Now it's time for me to go to sleep. Yeah, it's giving me that delirium feeling like I need some fucking rest. Your spirit needs some rest. I'm also getting the energy. Ooh, okay. So my daughter, she was telling me that the first time she started going to the gym, like she worked out so hard that she vomited. And she said, like, that's a thing. If you overdo your workout, you'll vomit. I was like, wow. Okay. So there's something here like that. If you've done too fucking much, all you're going to do is make yourself sick. So are you, okay. Constant flushing mode. When the when the stopper is not down on that toilet tank, the water finally stopped running, and I can't hear it no more. When the topper is up, the flap is up inside the toilet, that water keeps running and you never get a full tank. There's something here where you have kept the flapper up. And so you just constantly run, and it's like you're making your spirit work extra shit. If we could just fix this stopper on there, then you could catch a break. But we gotta fix the stopper. Okay. Let's see this other card that came out. Hunger. Yeah. The hole where the water running out, honey, is hungry for the stopper. Look, and it's a circle, right? That's the same shape as the little flap inside of the thing that fills up the tank so you can flush again. All right. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Confidence. And confidence definitely comes up when you're looking at, I don't have the ability to support myself in the world. There is a lack of confidence here. So before we move further, what I want to do for you today, baby, is pull my Korean bell out. Let's move this energy a little bit. I want you all to breathe deep with me. I want you to breathe deep with me, baby. And I want you to focus on when we're breathing deep, I want you should already be breathing deep. I'm talking, you listening. Just breathe deep. And then I want you to tense up your whole body like this while you're breathing, still breathing, but tense up all your muscles and hold it for, like that. And then, relax everything and breathe deep. And we're just doing a full body. Why? Because when you're doing that, baby, you're shifting your consciousness to your body. So with that, you keep breathing now. You've done that. Now let's keep breathing. If you feel like you still got a whole lot of tension in you, then do it again. So acknowledge it. What you're doing is you're acknowledging the stress. You're acknowledging the tension. You're acknowledging the knot in your gut. And then, the whole time you're breathing and you're releasing it and giving it peace. If you're listening to me on your phone, put it on the loudspeaker, and then just set it down so you can just relax your body. Let your body rest. Yeah. Do this. Okay. So I'm going to get 3 rings on the bell. For those of you who are listening on headphones, be aware. Okay. You might want to adjust your volume. Here we go. And we're just going to breathe with it. Okay. 3 cleansing bell rings. Here we go. Now, on this next deep breath that you're taking, I want you to take a deep breath in. And then when you release this one, I want you to say, ah, give voice to the breath as it comes out like that. Yeah. You feel any better yet? Do you feel any better yet? Okay. Put something in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling. I did open up all the commenting today, so everybody should be able to comment. As long as you've been subscribed to my channel. Yeah. As you're a subscriber, you can comment. Yeah, you feel any better now? You should be feeling some noticeably lighter in this already. Okay. So if this is what we got going on, let's go ahead and look at what is the starseed messages about these energies. Since we've got this book here, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, this book, this deck of cards. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to put some shuffles here, and you just keep breathing. And if you catch yourself that you slipped into normal breathing, that's fine. You've probably done all the deep breathing you need to at this time. But the reality is most of us spend most of our life breathing shallow. We want to breathe deep. Hold that oxygen inside. Let it get into all your cells and stuff. And this is reconnecting you to all that is, because the oxygen that you breathe is much like the energy that keeps the protons, neutrons, and electrons from colliding in any atom, therefore averting continual explosions of atom bombs. Hello, hello. And you're breathing it in as you breathe in the air. For the human, I heard that deep breath going to help keep you from exploding from it's like they're showing me the human as the atom in this, which is how fitting is that with the first human, quote unquote, first human, because somebody gonna want to argue that, but quote unquote first human being named Adam, spelled Aadam, and then we're talking about the atom, Atom, but it still sounds the same. Okay, so there's energy in this. There is healing, there's revealing, there's awareness, and there's consciousness available for us right now. We're about to get this. All right. So let's see. What are some messages for most value right now? What is the message that I'm to deliver right now? Please and thank you. What can you show me? What will you teach us? We're ready to learn. I am teachable. If you're ready to learn, I want you to put in my comments. You can keep breathing. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I like it if you put in my comments. I am teachable. What's the importance of being teachable? If you think you know everything, honey, ain't nobody going to be able to show you nothing different. And because you put a period on, there's nothing else for me to learn. I know it all. Therefore, it must be that. Okay, there's nothing else for you to learn. You can't learn no more. You're not teachable. But as long as you're open to what else possibilities, what else consciousness and awareness is there, you're putting a question mark on it. It's opening up the energy, inviting more awareness, inviting more learning. Let's see, what is the messages here? What can you show us about the mental consciousness? What is happening to help us understand, please? Please help us understand in this mental consciousness where we have rejection and protection. Is there some confusion? Are you going back and forth between rejection and protection, where one moment you think I've been rejected, the next moment you realize I've been protected, and you're going back and forth? Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. It says Earth. Welcome to Earth School. This shit is complicated and challenging. If you wanted to be in heaven, you should have kept your ass there. You can have access to heaven here, and it is in your mental body. Heaven is a state of mind. They said, write that down. They said, we gonna make a card about that, okay? Heaven is a state of mind. Yeah. It is your perspective. All right. So heaven is a state of mind. You're in Earth School. You're here to learn how to be human in the world, but not of it. Okay. Let's see what the book says about this in our mental body. What's going on here is you're learning how to be human. Okay? It's okay. You're like, fuck, this doesn't feel good though. Gotcha. I got you. Let's see what it says. The challenge for all souls, and then I got to say something about this bubble that's around her. The challenge for all souls having a human experience is to be in the world, but not of it. They realize they are souls having a human experience and be fully conscious of it. To have their soul fully embody their body. People's personalities tend to relate to either transcendence or immanence. Those who lean towards transcendence have a longing for the heavens and the metaphysical. They yearn for a personal experience with God and to be lost in the heavens. They're envious of the angels and are more comfortable praying and hanging out in the stars than on earth. Those who tend toward immanence have attached themselves more to earth and their body. They spend more time thinking about things in the physical world than connecting with the heavens or their own mystical inner worlds. Being a fully embodied soul, having a human experience means finding the balance between transcendence and immanence, being in the world, but not of it. Most starseeds are drawn towards transcendence. They're more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on earth can be more difficult for them. If this is you, you're being reminded that you chose to be in a soul, in a body on earth. You're being called to focus more of your energies in the physical world, to learn how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully present to what life has to offer you. Do you tend to long for the stars or to be more in the physical? Put your answer in the question box. In the comments. Do you tend to be more in the stars or to be more in the physical? That's a really good question. While I'm reading this question to you, I'm thinking about the conversations my brother and I have where the joke is, yeah, we're going to go do some magic, save all humanity and create this amazing, loving, healing energy for ourselves and others. And then it's time to wash the dishes, clean the toilet, and take out the trash. Yeah, it's kind of like that, baby. You gotta do the earthbound stuff. Yeah, you gotta eat shit, sleep, and wash your butt, and pray and meditate, and work on your energies. Now, how can you find greater balance between the two? How can you find greater balance between the two? Well, one thing I do want to say is if you're saying, I don't have the ability to support myself in the world, you could be very in touch with the physical part through the energy of lack and limitation. So there's some awareness around that. But one thing I want to tell you, if you're feeling some sort of rejection, if you're feeling insecure, if you're feeling some sort of pain, what you can do is, you see that big white ball of light and how it's completely around her? You bring it in and bring it in and bring it in smaller, visualizing this in your spirit's eye, right? To the point where you feel the pain, where you feel the hurt, where you feel the worry in your physical body. When you're stressing out about being able to take care of yourself, when you're stressing out because you feel rejected, where do you feel that in your body? Is it in your heart, in your chest, is it in your mind? Is it in your belly? Wherever you feel it, place yourself in this white bubble and then bring that white bubble into a focus point to where your body feels the feeling, and then release that white bubble out into the universe and let that energy, that feeling, be carried away in that protective ball. So I just see this bubble of white light, and you're going to shrink it. Let's say the problem is in her head. She's getting that fucking headache thinking about some shit she's been stressed about. And so she gonna put her whole body in that bubble and make it smaller and bring it right around to that feeling she's got in her head. She gonna visualize it coming away from her and out from her. And if you do this, you will notice, if you're open, like I said, you got to be teachable, right? If you're open, you will notice a lightening of your energy. You will feel lighter. So let's go into the emotional consciousness. You have the intuition, and it came out in reverse, okay, in your emotional body, which was telling me like your intuition is showing you things, but you're not wanting to accept it. So, and there's a card here from this handmade oracle deck my daughter inspired me to make. And she was like, Mom, I saw this video and it makes so much sense. It said, overthinking is when your spirit knows what you need to do and your ego is trying to find an excuse not to listen. Ew, did that sting a little bit? Because I was touching my tattoo. I feel like that might have stung a little bit. I need to put some moisture on this thing. I tattooed my arm the other day. I went to lay down last night. The thing was so crusty and dry. I was like, oh, let me put a little bit of moisture on this. It hurts when it gets dry. Okay. It hurts when it gets dry. Okay, it hurts when it gets dry. There's something in there. It hurts when it gets dry. What is that? It hurts when it gets dry. When your emotions get dry, it hurts. Okay, what? So dry, I'm seeing the tears. Okay, I'm seeing the tears. It hurts when it gets dry. Okay, interesting. Let me write this down. Okay, so this is in the emotion. It hurts when it gets dry. What does that mean? I'm seeing, because for me, emotions are water, energy. When I read the tarot and the tarot cards come up that are the cups energy, for me, that's emotional base, okay? It hurts when it gets dry. When what gets dry? Your Ace of Cups. It hurts when that Ace of Cups is not overflowing. Ooh, in the emotional body, intuition in reverse telling you it's time to fill your Ace of Cups. You got to fill your Ace of Cups. Yeah. It hurts when your Ace of Cups gets dry. What is your Ace of Cups, everybody? Anybody remember? What is your Ace of Cups? Your Ace of Cups is your self-love energy. So where have you been entertaining a situation that violates your self-love energy, and yet your ego keep trying to find a reason, an excuse, don't want to fucking listen to what your spirit knows? Okay, there's that. Let's see what's really going on here. Show me what's really happening here for us, because it's all happening for us. Ain't shit happening to you. It's all happening for you. It says, lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Heavy emphasis on you've done this before. I heard you've done this before. That's the heavy emphasis right there. Emotionally, you've done this before. Intuitively, you already know where this goes. But is it that you just don't want to accept it? You overthinking it? You trying to make excuses and reason yourself out of what spirit has shown you so that you can get, well, I don't want to do that. I don't do it this way. Is that being teachable? I hear, and is that being teachable? When your spirit says, you've done this before. It's time to do something different. You got to fill your Ace of Cups up. This doesn't fill your Ace of Cups. And you say, but I don't want to do that. Are you being teachable? Are you being stubborn? Like, I'm Taurus. Everybody always accuses me or accuses Taurus energy, not specifically me, Taurus energy of being stubborn. Are you being stubborn with spirit? If you're being stubborn with spirit, put in the comments, I'm ready to stop being bullheaded. Yeah, ready to stop being bullheaded. Let's see what the book has to say. Hold on, some coffee. Oh boy, that's so good. Okay. All right. Lost lands. The world is far more ancient than our documented history suggests. As souls, many of us have experienced ancient eras on this planet that were much more advanced than ours today. As we begin to remember these times, the rememberings and gifts can come flooding back. At this stage in Earth's timeline, we need the wisdom of the ancients to survive as a species. You're being called to connect with the lost wisdom of your own soul. If you feel guided to make a change in your life, to step into a new career path, birth a creation, or bring an idea to life, but feel unprepared, this card is calling you to consider that you've done this before. Perhaps your soul has wisdom beyond what your lifespan can imagine. Perhaps the intuitive hits and ideas you're receiving are divinely guided. Perhaps you've been preparing for this time. Some think that lost lands exist in the past. Others believe these exist today in a different dimension. I believe these ancient lands also exist in the souls of those who've experienced them. If this card comes to you, perhaps the wisdom of lost lands such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon exists within you. And through surrendering to the intelligence of your soul, you can unlock the seeds of these ancient lands so we can all learn from our mistakes and usher in a new age. Perfect. The Starseed activation says, I unlock any forgotten wisdom and soul gifts from lifetimes past. If you're really feeling that energy, put it in the comments. I unlock any forgotten wisdom and soul gifts from lifetimes past. We can all learn from our mistakes. That stood out so strong for me. We can all learn from our mistakes, and through the surrendering to the intelligence of your soul, surrendering to the intelligence of your soul, you can unlock. You can unlock things through the surrendering to the intelligence of your soul. Again, confirming the disagreement between what your soul has shown you, what your spirit has shown you, but your ego don't like it. Why? Because he's too handsome? Because the dick too good? What is it? Have remind me of that song. What's the song? How the song? Dick too bomb. There's this rap song. It's like DTB, I think. I don't know. But it's like, why you play with it? Because it's too good. And you know what? I want to mention something here too. A lot of times you'll get yourself caught up in situations that are unhealthy for you, and the sex or the connection will feel so strong. You feel like, I just can't live without it. I can't live if living is without you. And what it is you got a strong connection with that person, because your trauma bond and their trauma bond, oh, they think it's thieves. Y'all got the same shit going on. You've done this before. My other grandson just flushed the toilet. Somebody else came in and flushed the toilet. I'm going to have to go put the flapper down again. We're going to find out. We give it a minute. So is that somebody else come in? Somebody else comes in and drops a load on you. Now you got to go adjust your shit again. You got to go make sure, is it working right? Is it working right? Every time somebody comes, every time they come and drop their shit, is it working right? You've done this before. You've done this before. That toilet has flushed many times. And we're working on getting the adjustment set just right So it will be a more automatic process. But because it's a universal flushing handle that I put on there, it's universal, and so are you. The adjustments must be made. I must make the adjustments to the handle. And it's got to be just right, which means I got to bend this shit. And what do you know? Boom. The toilet stopped running. My grandson saw the toilet running and came in and made sure the flapper was stopped, or else he did it right the first time. I don't know what happened. Why do we keep needing to talk about that? Because if you are aware that this keeps presenting me the same thing and I can't fully get it out, somewhere you haven't filled up your tank. The Ace of Cups, you got to fill up your own tank, honey. If your own tank ain't full, you're going to be looking for that constant flow of water. I miss them. I want to run to you. Oh, yeah. Who can I run to when I need love? Yeah, you're going to be looking, because it never fills up, right? It never fills up because the flapper ain't right. It's a constant flow. But here's the thing. You got to let yourself be filled up, and then you won't be waiting on somebody else to come and pour into you all the time. You've done this before. Your intuition is saying you don't want to go down that path, but you just don't want to acknowledge it. Okay. Your emotions. I'm also here because this is the emotional consciousness, and the intuition is in reverse. Again, they want me to bring up, you're not listening to what the emotional GPS is. In other words, if you were driving in this experience instead of feeling in this experience, Siri would be cussing your ass out right now if she could, but she'd be saying, at the nearest possible, make a U-turn. You're going the wrong way. In the nearest possible intersection, make the next possible U-turn. Siri, you go get tired of hearing Siri's voice telling you the same thing and over again. Did you know you could control the voice settings on Siri? Mine sounds Australian, and it's a female. I'm just saying. Okay, there's something here about your intuition is speaking. You don't want to yield to what it's guiding. Why? Because your emotions, your emotional responses, you're not allowing the emotions to be your GPS. That's what it is. It's a system of guidance to create awareness in you of what you're really wanting. You want to feel better, yet you're looking to this experience with this human to be the source of your better feeling. And your spirit says, no, you've done this before. Now, chances are, if you're feeling this, it probably goes to your childhood. You've been trying to get that man to commit. You've been trying to get that man to play real with you. Your daddy probably wasn't there. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it was there, but he never approved, never told you he was proud of you. These are cycles that repeats in our life. Don't get it twisted. If you're having this happen in your adult life now, this is not the first freaking time you've dealt with this, and honey, until you choose a different path, the cycle will repeat. And so in your emotions, these things keep coming through. And we've talked about it in like the Candy Crush game. Raise your hand if you've ever played Candy Crush. I be crushing it in the comments. Raise your hand and put, I be crushing it if you play Candy Crush. Because they showed me Candy Crush. If you played Candy Crush, you know that it's a match 3 game and the blocks come down and you get new gems and you got to match them, right? Or new candies. So in that game, once you get to the higher levels, once you reach these higher levels of consciousness, once you get to these higher levels, there's blocks that have ice on them, wood blockings, hammered on there. You got to take out each of the nails, or they got chains on them, got 4 and 5 chains on each blocks. So you got to hit that same block with its match. How many times to get all those chains off? That's what's happening in this experience. You understand? You're going to hit the same energy repeatedly, over and over and over and over again. But just like in Candy Crush, every time you hit that same energy and you approach it from the place of confidence, I choke it out, Melinda. Confidence is breaking loose another one of those chains. And this is in the emotional body. So these chains are emotional. Okay. So that's what I have there. Let's go ahead and look at your spiritual consciousness. Let's see what's going on here. We had consciousness, rest, and hunger. Honey, let's see what's really going on here. Show us what's really going on in the spiritual consciousness. What's the message here? What's really going on in the spiritual consciousness? What's the message here? Okay. We had 2 of them fall out. I was going to just take the top one. They're like, just take them both. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's see. What do we have? What your spirit said is the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Mars is the warring energy, anger and conflict, right? The great severing. There's a break. I did not tell you needed a break. Didn't I hear that you needed a break? I did hear that you needed a break. The great severing is a break. Okay, let's see what the book has to say for you about this great severing. The great severing. One moment. Here we go. This is a shadow card. Pause on the book. You are doing shadow work right now. So because you're doing shadow work right now, I'm going to need you to just, again, put your phone down where you can hear it. But I'm going to need you to just do yourself a favor and give yourself the biggest hug. I love you, Melinda. Give yourself kisses. I love you, Melinda. You've been with me from day one. If there's a day one, you're my day one, Melinda. I love you, baby. And I'm not going to leave you, baby. And I will always be here for you, and I'll take care of you. I'm going to need you to do some of that right there, real quick. But I love me in the comments. If you did the assignment, did you do the practice? Did you practice the technique? This is a good one. Okay, now back to the book. All right, this is a shadow card. One that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. We're all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long, we will see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it could be for 2 reasons. First, for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When we're hurt, it's normal to close off our heart to the world, to let the painful experience confirm the agony of separation in earthly life. Soften and find your way back to love anyway. When fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's important to want to, it's normal to want to hide away from others in the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart anyway. We're all innocent children, spinning our way around the world. Find a way to see the innocence in all people, especially yourself. Now, here's another question you could put an answer to in the comment box. And it could just be an emoji or one word. If you know the answer to this would be interesting. How are you cutting yourself off from love? How are you cutting yourself off from love? One more time for emphasis. Yes, please. And then how are you cutting yourself off for love? Is it because you're focusing in keeping yourself in situations that are pure conflict? Is it because you don't want to acknowledge your fears and your worries? Or is it because you're choosing to stay focused in fear and worry when your spirit is trying to tell you what to do and you don't want to listen? Now, how can you soften toward those who have hurt you? There's something to ponder. How can you soften toward those who have hurt you? Does that mean that somebody done put their hands on you? Now you go run. I'm gonna run to you. We will never encourage you to go into a physical abuse situation. Sorry, not sorry. But let's say you are in a situation and there's been some battery, but you can't stop craving this person. And you really still do want to go back, but then your other part of you is like, fuck, if I go back, they might kill me this time. This is where, or maybe you say, maybe it's not physical abuse. Maybe it's just verbal abuse. I don't deserve to be talked to like that. I love them. I really want to go back, but I can't go back to letting them talk to me any type of way they want to. Or maybe they stealing out your bank account, or maybe they cheating on you. You're like, fuck, I don't want to die from some STD, whether it's spiritual or sexual. Okay. I don't know, but your spirit don't want it. And so in these times when you still want to love somebody and you want to run to them, they say, run to them, but not with your physical feet. Because you're oriented in a physical body, you want to take everything your spirit shows you and apply it physically. You feel like you just want to die. Your spirit is showing you you're going through a major transformation. You're changing at a core level. That's why you feel like dying. It's not because you should go jump off of a cliff or shoot yourself type shit. Too many people get caught up in these feelings, not understanding what these emotions are saying. Then they go in and want to apply it physically. And we're saying, no, it's not about physical application. This is a spiritual application. Remember that the whole physical world is based on spirituality. So when you're feeling that, and you got this feeling, the same thing is happening when you separate and remove yourself from unhealthy connections, but yet you crave them. Send your spirit, run with your spiritual legs. Give them a hug from the spirit. Yeah, but I just want the body. Well, that's not telling you nothing at all. Shit, get out. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. This shit is not funny to me because I'm looking at myself. They're showing me myself. So I'm really laughing at myself. I swear, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at me. Where I used to be so attached to the physical. And remember, we were talking about, do you be located in the stars or are you earthbound? You know what I'm saying? Because you need to bring a balance to the both. You've been trying to do everything in something from the I feel like from the physical aspect. You got to do the spiritual aspect. And you got to do the spiritual aspect. The sky is shadowy over here. You know what I'm saying? There's darkness in the sky. Your spirit is letting you know it's time to soften your energy. And maybe, it's not best for you to run physically. This is showing you where you're holding on too much anger. Are you a fucking rageaholic? Remember, we've talked about how Melinda, yeah, me, right here. Yeah, people who know me from back in the day know I don't play because I flash like a motherfucking light switch on and off. But you know what happens to the light switch? When you like a light switch on and off, somebody else is flipping your switch. The switch don't flip itself, baby. Somebody else got to come in and flip it. There's something here about emotional mastery as well for you, my baby. Yeah. Emotional mastery. Definitely, because your intuition is showing you stuff about your emotional mastery. You're not wanting to see it. You feel like you can't support yourself in this world. And it all is linked back to you're not being the source of filling your own Ace of Cups. You're trying to get that one over there. Well, maybe if I can make my mom happy, my mom will fill my Ace of Cups. No, you're not saying this consciously. Maybe if my children will be happy and I can be the better mother, then my son will fill my Ace of Cups for. No, that's not going to work neither. Well, what if I love him so much? Hey, Miss Parker. What if I love him so much and I could just love him just right and then he'll fill my. No, that's not going to work either. They're all busy filling their own cup or not. Only way you can be sure your cup is filled is when you fill it yourself. You're not filling your own cup. What do you need to do to fill your own cup up, baby? Your ability to support yourself in the outer world is a reflection of your mental, emotional, and spiritual consciousness. You've been saying, I don't have the ability to support myself in the world. I don't make enough money. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I can't do this by myself. I can't do this alone. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. Rejection and protection coming out together. I can't get over that. Rejection and protection. Honey, the rejection is your protection. You know that. Is there a protection order? Yes, there is. There is a protection order. There's a spiritual protection order on you. Get that. Oh, Spirit said, yeah, we had to put a spiritual protection order on you because, you could be your own worst enemy. You could be your own destruction, and we want to put the spiritual protection order on you. You got to put this protection order on you. Okay, so yeah, so something got to stop. Okay, let's see what this other one come out for you in your ability, in your spiritual conscious. We kind of talked about this already. Earth school. Yeah, you were cast out of heaven and sent down to earth to learn how to be a human, to learn how to follow your intuition, to realize that those emotions, although they feel like they're fucking everything, you're misinterpreting completely. They're simply guiding you. Just like Siri on your navigation, on your iPhone. I'm just saying. So let's see what the book had to say about that card. Earth School. You have Earth and Earth School. I love. All right. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul, and life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. These aren't one-time lessons, but themes we choose to circle around, deepening our experience of them as we make our way through the spiral of life. Pause on the book. It's an upward moving spiral. You're gonna go through the same thing again, but the point is to hit it from a different headspace this time. Okay. Life lessons aren't only about getting it right, they're also about getting it wrong. Remembering that Earth is a planet of polarity helps with this understanding. Each year, the study deepens more and more. If you pull this card while you're going through a difficult time, you're being prompted to remember that your soul came here to grow and learn. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. Repeat that, please. Okay. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. One more time for emphasis. Yes, please, and thank you. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. Instead, see them as opportunities for soul growth. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and lows, your soul is most definitely growing, which is the whole point. Pulling this card can also mean that you're being called to embark on a new area of study or growth. This could be through structured learning, such as university, school, or a training course. Pause, or watching every video that I produce, which is its own training course. Play. If you're having difficulties in a relationship, you're being reminded that these are opportunities for soul growth. After all, relationships are known as a number one way that we grow as souls while we're here on earth. How are you being called to grow or learn? Now, recently I've had some conversations and Spirit is showing me to speak about them now with you. Recently I've had some conversations. What was revealed, and I think we talked about this on one of our shows. What was revealed was that, so let's say, we've been talking for a couple of years at least now about this application to come to Earth School. It was an application when you was a spirit, when you were an angel in heaven, or when you were part of the collective consciousness, or when you were what the divine was without this fleshly meat suit. You had to fill out an application. And you had to equal 100% of what your human experience would be composed of so that you could evolve consciousness. And if you're in tune with this channel, most likely you chose a higher percentage of conflict, because I can see that my life was a high percentage conflict. Now, the thing is, let's say if the first half of your life is where you're supposed to learn the lessons, the second half of your life is where the rebound comes from doing so. So the downstroke comes in, the pain comes in the first half. The second half is going to give you the rewards for what you did on the first half. You reap the benefit. In other words, harvest season is the second half, right? Now, with this first half, there's 100% of experience that you chose for yourself. Now, let's say that on that soul contract, you ticked domestic violence, and you put, I want 40% domestic violence in my human experience, because you had a percentage. They said you could choose in 5% increments, 5, 10, 50, 20, 25, 30. Apparently, you put 40% domestic violence. You were going to heal the energy of that. You were going to transmute the energy of domestic violence, 45% of your conflict time. Let's say that 40% of your conflict time turns into 10 years of your human life as an adult. And I heard in 10 years of your adult life, in 10 years of your childhood life, which would mean, let's say from age birth to 10 years old, you had a father who perpetuated domestic violence against your mother. And then either he died or they divorced. He left. So at 10 years old, he left. Now as an adult, so you done did 20% of your DV training. We're going to call it DV training. Now you still got another 20% of DV training to do. Now in that 20% of DV training that is yet left for you to do, now you're an adult. So you could 10 years stay in a domestic violence situation, and at the end of it, they might die, you might die, y'all might get divorced, you might learn your lesson. The other way you can do it, though, this is another possibility. Let's say you get into this relationship And maybe, let's say 6 months in, you realize, oh shit, this is a domestic violence relationship. What the fuck? Okay. I remember my daddy used to beat on my mommy, and that shit didn't stop until he died. I don't want this. So let's see, between 6 months and a year, you struggle to get out of this relationship, but you're successful. You get out of it. You don't fulfill the 10 years in this experience until death do you part type shit. Okay. If that's the case, what you will find is you have now removed yourself out of the direct experience. However, you're not done with the experience. You still got a 10-year contract that you signed to do this 40% domestic violence consciousness evolution. So as a result, now the other 9 years of that will be spent. You'll find that maybe it'll be your friend that's in a domestic violence relationship, and you'll be coaching her and guiding her based off of what you learned that helped you get out of yours at 1 year in. And this will go on for 9 years. Or it could be, maybe you go into the field of working as a counselor or a social worker, somebody who works in a battered women's shelter, or an empowerment speaker, a motivational speaker for battered women. Or maybe you go and you become a police officer. And you see what I'm saying? You still live in that whole experience for your 40% and the other 10 years that you still need to do because you contracted yourself to do it. No, you don't remember this, but you did. So you can live it directly being in the middle of the shit, or you could live it being on the outside of it as an observer to shift the consciousness. If that makes sense to you, put a got it in the comments. I got that. I got that. Put something in the comments. Let me know. I got that. I'm fulfilling my soul contracts. I see Wisdom App got the emojis going up. I see you, baby. So you got that. Okay, good. So that's important. So you say, why don't I want to get out of this? Why do I still crave it? Because there's still consciousness shifting that's going on there. But you could choose to do that work. And let me tell you something. You can choose the hard path if you want to. There are dirt roads and there are paved roads. There are roads with no cues, no signs, no signal lights, and no electricity. And then there's city roads. And there's a reason I'm a city girl. I love the access and the availability of the city stuff. I don't want to be driving dirt country back roads that ain't paved. No, I'm good. But somebody here, is that what you like to do? What kind of road do you like to drive on? You like to drive on the paved road, or do you like them dirt roads, unpaved roads, no electricity? What do you like? Because here, you're going to choose one path, and maybe you're going to be in that for 5 years, and then the other 5 years, you're going to spend. So another way you could do this, like, say, let's say you stay in this DV relationship for 5 years. You come out of it, and for 5 years, you're seeing a counselor or a therapist, or are you going to work with me for 5 years to help heal this consciousness? That's okay too. But you're still in that experience in one way or another. You can choose to be directly in the shit or remove yourself from it. It is a choice. And remember, some of the most difficult thing to remove yourself from is a trauma bond, because the trauma, what you're experiencing when you're translating is, I just love them. I know that it's an unhealthy relationship, but I just love him and I just want to be with him right now. I just want to go to him. That is your trauma that you're trying to release, vibrating in harmony with the trauma that is in that one that's vibrating, and you think you feel love, and what you're feeling is your trauma, which is what you've known. And it's vibrating and it's moving in your energy. And that's what you're really feeling. Okay. Whew, this reading is good, baby. This reading is good. Let's see how I heard. What's the solutions? Okay, let's go into the numerology deck next. Let's look for what's the solutions. Because, I'm going to tell you about the shit that's going on. But one thing about me, I'm not just going to leave you with a whole mess like, oh, congratulations, this is about to explode in your life. This is the problem you got, and then just leave it there. Now I'm going to help you find some solutions. We're going to look for solutions. Solution-oriented, baby. We're a solution-oriented channel. So let's look at some solutions here. Let's get some shuffles on this deck. Oh, yeah. I heard, I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Are you feeling better than when you started watching this reading? Did this reading bring your vibe up or down? Let me know. Vibes up or vibes down? Put it in the comment. Where was your consciousness when you found it? You vibes up, vibes down. Put something in the comment. Let me know. Damn, my coffee is good. All right. Let's see, what is the message for this download message? Show us the solutions with this numerology deck. Show us the solutions, baby. If you came to this reading and you had a heavy heart and your vibes are up, that's because you remained teachable. You're learning things. And now you shifted your point of consciousness. See, this reading, even though we've touched on what the problem is, we're still focused on the solutions, solution-oriented. When you're feeling down and down and down and you're spiraling downward spiral, your focus is not where your spirit wants it to be. You're going against your own spirit, and this is what this has been telling you. You're following against your intuition, taking yourself to being even more lost. You don't have to do that. That's what's been going on with those emotions. You're letting them emotions drive you instead of taking them as the road signs on the side of the road and picking your road. You understand what I'm saying? Picking your direction. Yes, there are dirt roads. There are two paths you can go by, but then you can still change your mind. You can choose to get off that dirt road and find you a paved road. In other words, you can choose to get out of these heavy emotions that are driving you down, down, down. And you can choose to focus somewhere else. And we already gave you this powerful technique of visualizing a bubble of white light around you, allowing that to center on where you feel this discomforting, painful, hurtful energy, and allowing it to wrap around that feeling and take it out from you. That's a powerful technique. That's one way of choosing a different road. Solution-oriented. What's a solution for this rejection, protection, and earth energy that we have here in regards to the mental consciousness? What's the solution? Financial discipline is a solution. Have you been spending on some shit that you know you don't have no business spending on? Is it that you need to discipline yourself to focusing on taking care of your finances in the sense of, well, fuck, maybe I need to go ahead and look at what else I can do, or, stuff like that. Financial discipline involves the fact that, you got to receive the money and then you got to put the money where it's supposed to go. And if you have the money to do something that your spirit wants you to do, and you say, I can't afford it. You decide you can't afford it. And you decide that from a place of lack and limitation, for fear of not having enough. What you will always find happen is the not enough that you decided what it was when your spirit said, go do this, is going to turn into more not enough, because now something you're not going to be able to avoid will come up. It's going to cost you financially, and you'll end up spending whatever you would have spent on what God said to spend it on, or more. Yeah. If you understood what I just said, I want you to put my money is magic in the freaking comments. If you understood what I just said, everybody, my money is magic. Do we need to go over that again? Let me know. Because when you got money coming in, there's a way, it's in your hands for a reason. If you choose not to be obedient to what your spirit is showing you to do with that money, for somebody here, I see like maybe it's on certain days where your money is saying, you know what, today we're going to pay this bill, and you just, but I don't want to spend it on that because I might need it for this. Or today I'm going to need you to go do this treat yourself to this. Maybe, I don't know why they show me, go get yourself a deck of cards. Was it that you had money, you was guided to go get you this deck of cards, and you said, but I can't afford that right now, I got bills to pay. And then the next thing you know, your car broke down and you had to fix your car because you can't get no more money if you can't get back and forth to work. That was the universe slapping you, said, if you would have went and bought them damn cars, dum, we would have gave you the information. Yeah, they was talking to you. You remember that show? What's that? Night at the Museum, Dum One Gum. They said, chew it over for a little bit. Dum One Gum. It's a Easter Island head. You say Dum One Gum. They said, and the Easter Island heads talk about ancestors. So in your head, you got worries about finances. It's coming from the lack and limitation that you saw before. I heard you watched your mama or your daddy or whoever raised you scrimp and scringe and cut corners over here. Oh, we're going to get the cheap one at the grocery store. The cheap one was only 10 cents less than the one you really wanted, and it tastes the whole world of difference. God dang, isn't that terrible over 10 cents? Oh, all that poverty consciousness. And what they're showing me, baby, what they're showing me is my own personal experience. When I saw Fred, do you remember Fred, my big tortoise that was in my old videos? Anyways, you probably wasn't here back then. Anyways, I have this figurine, and he's about almost as big as this whole table. He's big, and he's a big old, he's that tall. His back comes up like that. His head is like this, and he just look up at me, and he's a tortoise, and I love him. That's my Fred. Okay. But when I saw Fred, I was in financial difficulties. I was in financial difficulties when I first saw Fred. Fred was on the shelf, and they wanted $40 for him. But I only had $60 to my name. The spirit called me so strong that I needed to have this tortoise. Why? Because I fucking loved it. And what I learned that time was, if you use the money the way your spirit guides you, your spirit is going to make sure that the money shows back up, because you're doing something for yourself. What the heck? It was just a statue, Melinda. You had bills to pay. What you talking about? You had $60 to your name. You had bills to pay, and you spent $40 on the tortoise. Let me tell you what. When I did that, my money started coming up. That's the time in my life where my finances started improving vastly, because I needed something from my spirit. My spirit needed something. Me and that tortoise, we got some things in common. He's very important to me spiritually. And it's just, I don't give it my power, but it is a symbol of something for me. Right? So maybe yours wasn't a tortoise. Maybe it wasn't even an item like that. Maybe it was you needed to take some time off of work because your spirit needs to chill and rest in the confidence that your spirit gonna make sure the money come in. But what they showed me was, if you go out there and you do what you're spiritually guided to, all that money gonna be replaced and multiplied. Hello? When it's replaced, it'll be multiplied. And I'm telling you, that's where my money started to take a turn for the up. After that, I found these peacocks. Now, you've seen my peacocks in my videos, especially the ones I've been doing on the sofa lately. It's a store out here called Dee Dee's. And I would go into Dee Dee's and find these peacocks. And I would just buy them. They were about $20 each. I think altogether I bought 9 of them. Over a period of I don't know how long. But I would go into Dee Dee's. This must have went on for a good solid year. I was finding them everywhere. And then a year or two later, I even found some more. They had some more came through. But if I found them, I bought them. I had to have them because I vibe with the peacock. And it's like when I spend the money, there's this consciousness of, because I'm doing what my spirit is calling me to do, spirit's going to replace this money and multiplied in a multiplied fashion. When you're circulating money from the consciousness of, fuck, it's going to be gone, I'm not going to have no more, you are prophesying that over your life. And it must be exactly that. So Financial discipline. What's the financial discipline that you need? Your financial discipline that you need is, as I circulate this money, as I am guided to, it returns to me multiplied every time. This is my truth, So I circulate my money confidently that it returns to me multiplied. Yes, that's it. Then they're showing me the scripture from the Bible about the God cares for the birds. The birds. Let me see. I got my Bible here. Let's see if I can find the scripture. God cares for the birds and have how much more value are you? I really would love to quote that correctly. I hope I find it in here. Let's see if it's meant to be. Let's see if it's meant to be. Okay. Yeah, God, if God feeds the birds, of how much more value are you? Something like that. Let me see. Is it in the book of Acts? Acts 10. Would that say bird? Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. This is a studying course today. Acts 10:12, maybe. Let me see if this is it. I'm not sure. If I can't find it, then I might have to look it up some other way. No, that's not it. Let me see. I'm going to Google this on my phone because I really want to read that scripture because it's something that we need to remember. How much more value aren't you than the birds? Scripture. There's a scripture that talks about that. I want to really quote that for you accurately. Okay, Matthew 6:26. Thank you. Okay, Matthew 6:26. Hold on, we're going to get into this Bible today, and I'm just going to use this scripture. I'm not promoting any religion or a form of belief. It's a book. We're going to read from the book just like I read from the guidebooks. You hear? Observe intently the birds of the heaven, because they do not sow seed or reap or gather into storehouses. Still your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not worth more than they are? Hello? Hello? Are you not worth more than they are? Matthew 6:26. I'm going to write that scripture down. Somebody here, if you're really into your Bible, you want to take a note of that scripture and remember that. Remember yourself that you are of much more value than those birds. God love you. Gave you a whole lot more consciousness, ability to choose for yourself and all these things. So, of course, you're worth more value than those birds. Okay? But how much more? Aren't you worth more than them birds? Them birds do not plant seeds. Yeah? Are you more valuable than the birds? I just put a note in here in my Bible. Next time I go to look for that scripture, I should be able to find it now. But yes, I mean, if they live and God gave you consciousness and the ability to speak and the ability to create, you are created in the image of the divine. Don't you think you're going to be taken care of? You got to wrap your head around that idea. You'll always eat. Baby, I remember when my rent was $700 a month at home and $800 a month at the shop. And I used to freak out about paying that much rent. And right now, my rent alone is right at around $3,000. And that doesn't include the bills. That's just rent. Like I said, there was a turning point in my finances. And I'm doing it successfully. There's a turning point in my finances. And it came from knowing that as I circulate the money, it's coming back to me because I'm worth more than the birds. The way I bring my energy to this planet, the love that I inject in it, the art that I create in it, the experiences that I have in it is worth more than even just the bird. So of course I'll be taken care of. That's something you want to work into your mind. Give conscious awareness of that. But if you're saying, I never have enough money, you put a period on being broke and you decided, and then it must be. And when it's really been tough, because it was tough for me to say, there's been times where I've been fucking scared as hell. And I'm like, how? I would say, okay, how you going to pay this rent? You know, the rent is due on the 1st. How you going to pay this rent? I don't put it on me. I put it on God. I put it on the universe. How you going to pay this rent? How you going to pay these bills? How you going to, man, when that girl did the chargeback on my sign, the sign was about just under $5,000. And that little heifer did a chargeback on it. I gave her cash. She put it on her card. She did a chargeback on it. How the hell are we going to come up with this money all over again? We had a certain amount of time to get, and you know, all that money came. And the universe even inspired some fool I don't even know to put $2,000 in my account to help me get that money. It reminds me of the time when I needed I needed $200 more or $400 more, something like that, from my rent on the 1st, on a New Year's Eve. And still I'm like, well, I don't need to know how you're going to pay it, but I know you're going to pay my rent by the 1st. I know you're going to pay my rent by the 1st. So I'm getting ready to go party. Little do I know, that night I end up doing Keisha Cole's nails, and I had enough money for the rent by the morning, plus a little bit of extra pocket change. Hello. Where is your mental consciousness? Are you stuck on there is not enough, period? Or are you on how the fuck are you going to get this done for me now? Because this is your job. My job is to show up. Your job is to bring it. Hello? I am an attractor. Put it in the comments. I am attracting. You're not chasing. Ooh, that ain't a problem. If that ain't a problem, so many of us guys like, every day I'm hustling, meaning you got to go chase the shit. Just because you believe you got to go chase the paper, paper chase, that old rap song, paper chase, it means it's running from you. You've decided that it's running away from you if you got to go chase it. So now, in the energy that I sit now, I know that if I'm just laying in my bed all day watching K-dramas, eating good food, and doing card readings when I freaking want to, and ain't nobody putting no money in my bank account, it's okay. Because I'm taking an enjoyment today. And the money I need will show up as long as I'm honoring my spirit. Today, my spirit wants to do a card reading when I wake up. And you know what? Yesterday, all my spirit wanted to do was make some food because I was having Mother's Day company. My kid and my grandkids and my friend with her kids and my brother, and they came over. I wanted to do that yesterday. So that's what I did yesterday, and it felt good. Do you know that at the end of the day, I ended up having 2 readings yesterday that I had just enough time. I had a 10-minute reading in the morning while I had just finished putting all the food to cook. And then in the evening when everybody was gone, I had an hour-long reading. I attracted it. Why? Because I didn't stress while I was not fucking working. And I attracted it. When you're worrying about it not showing up, honey, you're deciding it's not gonna show up. When you're attracting it and you're enjoying your life and you're finding peace and you know that you are worth more than the birds, honey, it must show up because that's a period you put on the energy as well. Yeah. But it just reminds me of this open mic comedy that I did because y'all, if you've been with the channel for a while, you know that part of my training was to go do open mic stand-up. And most people open mic stand-up, they wrote poems or they made songs and stuff like that. But I operated on the open mic the same way I operate on this channel. I have no notes. I don't know what we're talking about. We're just going to get right into this. And I would just stand there. It was 7-minute sessions. And on one of them, that's what it came out. It came out about when I was chasing everything was running away from me. But when I started to focus on loving me, feeling my own Ace of Cups, everybody else started focusing on loving me too. And so did the money. Because the only thing I was chasing was me. Everything else started chasing me. So what are you chasing? What are you after? What are you after in this? You trying to get that person? I guarantee you, if you're trying to get somebody, you're trying to chase behind somebody, that motherfucker is running away from you, baby. Why? Because you're wanting him. Wanting him, you're not having him. You want peace. That means you don't have money. If you have money, you don't want money. You're like, oh. The less attention you give to the money like that, the more money you're going to find just shows up for you, because you ain't worried about it. It's just showing up because there are no worries about money. So money just shows up. If that makes sense to you, money is showing up for me every day. Put it in the comments. Yes. Money is showing up for me every day. And I'm coming to you from a place of, I had food stamps when I was a kid. I've been on food stamps myself before. I've been on the bus. I didn't grow up, quote unquote, with the silver spoon in my mouth, which is a beautiful thing. I'd love to have my great-grandchildren grow up with a silver spoon in their mouth. My grandsons, they got a taste of that. You know what I'm saying? My daughter be teaching in prosperity conscious. Them boys ain't got no problem asking for crab legs and sushi because they got an expensive taste. But I'm just saying, there's different levels of consciousness around this, and you could be chasing it, meaning it's running away from you, or you could be attracting it. You could be noticing how it's showing up for you every day. And sometimes you get this calling on your spirit to open up in other ways to receive the money. Is that something that's going on here? Your spirit calling you to open up other avenues to receive the money? With other talents of yours? Are you so focused on one thing and how difficult that is that you're not paying attention to this other avenue that's trying to come into your consciousness? You have another skill. You have another ability. You have another way to attract that income. Pay attention what your spirit is telling you. Boy, we sure went over that a lot. Let's go into our next position of the emotional consciousness. What's the solution here? We have the intuition in reverse. What's the solution? Your ego trying to explain away what your spirit has already shown you, but you don't like it. You're finding yourself in lost emotional lands on a downward spiral. The solution is love. Love. I don't care how ugly and how hard this experience is. Where's the love in my life right now? How can I focus on the love? If the only love you can find right now is the fact that you're watching this reading that's just for you. You watching? Yeah, this reading is for you. This reading is for you. If that's all you can find, well then fine, so be it. But how can you focus on what's the love? Where's the love right now? Again, love is a key. Love is a key. That filling up your own ace of cups. Stop looking for somebody else to fill up your own ace of cups. Love is the key. Once again, put it in the comments. I love me. Even when it's hard to. I feel like even when it's hard to, you got to love you. So nobody else wants to love me today, so I'm not going to love me either. I'll just go cry it out, and I'll just go down, 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 and feel miserable. No, fuck that. How can I love me today? How can I love me today? And how can I love me right now? And how can I love me right now? Sometimes loving me means I'm going to fucking cry today. How's that? I feel like I got to cry today. There's nothing wrong with crying, folks. Don't get it twisted. There is nothing wrong with crying. Crying is a very healthy ability to entertain because it allows you to move energy. Emotion. E equals energy. Emotion equals energy in motion. You're moving energy. So if you feel like crying, cry your eyes out, but while you're doing it, I fucking love you, Melinda, bitch. You my day one. I love you. I'll never leaving you. I've always been with you. You ain't never left my side. You my baby, Melinda. They don't want to give you kisses, Melinda. I love you, Melinda. I love you. I'll always be here with you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm sorry. Wherever I gave it to somebody else, I'm going to give it to you now, baby, because you're the one that knows what to do with it best. How's that? How's that feel? How's that feel? Does that feel better? Does that make some kind of sense? Because the first time I literally did that physical action, I was bawling my fucking head off in the mirror. I'm going to tell you, I was bawling. It was a whole spiritual release happening up in here. Yeah. So often we looking for somebody else to come and hold us and hug us and love on us and make us feel it. How can you make yourself feel it? This love. Your intuition is telling you. You've done this before. I heard you've tried to get the love from outside over and over again. And it keeps landing you in this place where you feel unsupported because you're looking for the outside to support you. But they're showing me the structure of a building. The framework of a building is not outside of it. It's inside, baby. Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful, simple illustration, isn't it? The framework of any building is not exterior, but it's interior. If there is not an interior structure, a framework, which in this case is self-love, the building gonna fall and collapse. Even my grandsons know that. They have these giant foam tiles and they snap together like giant building blocks. And they make houses and cars and stuff at the studio with them. Big thing, because they have like 4 sets of these things. I bought them so many they could build a big old house and get in there together if they want. But one of the things the boys learned, my little grandsons, they now 7 and 8, Prince and Quentin, I fucking love you boys. How old are you when you're watching the video? Put something in the comments for grandma. I don't care if I'm dead. I'm still going to see it, but I'll probably still be alive. Anyways, the point of it is, even they learned that their building lasts better when they build a separate tower and put it in the middle under the roof. It holds the roof up. You need the internal structure. Your framework, baby. Your framework is self-love. And you build around the framework, just like the builder builds around the framework of the building or the house. The frame goes up first. Framing, you need your solid foundation and then the framing, right? So, what's your solid foundation? Understanding that if it's to be, it's up to me. And then your framework. Fill that thing up with self-love. And from that, you can build everything. If you've got that framework of self-love, you can build anything. But if it feels like self-torture, if it feels like self-abuse, if it feels like self-mutilation, that is not self-love. And you fucking know it. You might be craving it, but remember, this is your trauma bond vibrating in resonance with the other's traumas. Why? Because this is where you've been your whole life and it's familiar. So it's stronger. The synaptic patternings in your brain have been replayed so many times. Those trenches are deep, and honey, it's easier to go that path. We're laying a new path. Yes, it's going to be a challenge to not do the same thing you did before. And you will reason away and try to explain away all these reasons why you should do what you've been doing. Well, they'll change. They're learning. They've been learning. They're changing. It's not the same as it was before. I remember when I was in the middle of a trauma bond, and I would say, yeah, we fight all the time, but every time we fight, it's about something different. Yeah, that ended up with never mind for me. It turned into a never mind. Scratch that, forget that, because it wasn't working. It was turning into self-abuse. So there's a need to pay attention to what you're choosing for yourself. Does it feel like self-love or self-abuse? If it feels like shit, that's because it's crap. You should flush it. Oh, but you can't get a good flush because you haven't filled up the tank with self-love. The flapper being open, your flapper being open, you've been flapping around. And so you ain't filled up your tank with self-love. You just been giving it away. It's just running, going nowhere, accomplishing nothing. All right. Let's go into the spiritual consciousness. Where we had consciousness, rest, and hunger. Honey, your spirit is hungry. Let's see. What's the solution? What is the solution in regards to spiritual consciousness here? It said you were in Earth School to learn about the Great Severing. That's what I'm seeing here. You came to Earth School to learn about the Great Severing. You came to Earth School to learn to, one of your big things, we were talking about the soul contract and the percentages, right, of experience. For you, one of them is anger and conflict. Yeah, anger and conflict are yours. So let's see, what's the solution? The card fell to the floor. And it's ding, 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 spirituality. Hello, what? Geez, I didn't see that coming. We're in your spiritual consciousness. What do you need? You need your spirituality. What is the solution? The solution is connect to your spirituality. Didn't I tell you this? You crave them, and so you want, I want to run to you. Ooh. Send your spirits. Do it spiritually. Don't keep putting yourself in this physical position of anger, of conflict, of violence, of whatever this disrespectful shit is. You don't need to do that. You can operate spiritually. It's a lot healthier. It's a lot more productive. I hear it's a lot more productive. And then this is a 77. 7 is my number of spiritual wholeness. As above, so below, because there's duality. Since the 7 is doubled up, there's duality in it. Connect your physical experience to your spiritual. Remember that everything that's in the physical world is spiritual, but not everything that's spiritual is physical. In other words, physical material world, this table, these cards, this body, this computer, this phone, your body, your house, your car, is all spiritual energy that's been focused on so consistently that it is turned into physical matter. And most of this you didn't even realize was happening. So if you could focus on the spirituality, your spirit is hungry. You've been so worried about something else. Have you been feeding your soul? Been feeding your spirit? You need to. That's going to help you overcome everything in this earth school. If your spirit is right, it won't matter what shows up in the physical plane. You'll move through it with confidence. Yes, you'll move through it with confidence. Because you know your spirit is involved in this. That it's all working out for you. Wow, look at this. The bottom of the deck is a happy ending. That's all the happy ending. Card number 93. The happy ending. Interesting. What was at the bottom of this one? We didn't even look. Let's see. Your life is a canvas. Artist, materialization, creative accountability. This situation was not what you wanted to create. When will you accept that even though you want this situation, it's not showing up the way you wanted it to? Have you ever burned a pot of beans? Ew, it's so disgusting. I've done it before. The beans are not recoverable. If you burn any beans when you're making a pot of beans, the whole pot got to go. They stink. Your house gonna stink. It's disgusting. It's not salvageable. The shit is burnt up and you're burning your energy out trying to maintain a situation that is not honoring your spirituality. And it's beginning to drain you financially. That's what I see. So the solution, financial discipline. Financial discipline is always talking to me as well. Finances talks to me about physical. What are you investing your physical energy into? Rejection is protection and redirection. Hello. You're on earth. You wanting, and it's like you're so much focused on the physical experience that you're not recognizing. Maybe you do. Yes, I know you do. I know you do recognize that there's some, it's unhealthy. You know it's unhealthy. This financial discipline card here is telling me that you want to invest in healthier things for yourself. And the rejection is God's protection and redirection. And you know, God start like this. The universe start like this. Spirit start like this. Baby, you're going the wrong way. Turn around. Come back over here. What you want is over here, baby. You said you wanted this. You said you wanted love. It's over here. It's not over there. Baby, come over here. You don't listen. Baby, come on, you're going the wrong way. That's going to hurt over there. Come over here. Before you know it, you keep on ignoring that intuition, your spirit, you're going to be in a knockdown, drag out fight, full on fight with the universe. That can totally turn into physical experiences. Money starts going down. Everything goes down, down, down. Your vibes go down. Your health declines. All that stuff. Pay attention to these signs. When your spirit is healthy, everything is healthy because spirit is at the root of everything. You need to allow yourself to build a healthy spirit, which requires peace and love and joy. But these are not experiences that are experienced externally to you. If it is to be, it's up to me. You're the one that creates them. Allowing experiences that feel like that, and not, it's like this on Monday morning. It's just Monday night that's a problem. Every morning it's like this, but it's just the night that's a problem. Girl, do you hear yourself? If it's so consistently a problem, then it's just a problem. It is not conducive to the energy you're trying to get. And the universe is saying, baby, we're going to shake up your world, just like the whole camera was shaking. We're going to shake up your world until you see you're headed in the opposite direction of what you wanted. But you get so caught up in what you see in your physical eyes that you don't even believe that it's in your spiritual prize, or that it is, or that it will be, or that there's even a possibility, I hear. All right, let's get you a tarot spread popping. Yeah, let's get a tarot spread popping. Let's get past present and future energy for you with the mother piece round to roll. Because, honey, you could use some peace and you could use some mothering. The mother energy came through recently in the if it is to be, it must be me energy. And then the mother energy came out in my conversation with my brother yesterday, too, where we were talking about how the mother energy that was really being discussed in that video is divine love. And it's an energy that does not require female or male presence. Both females and males can embody the mother energy. It is the energy of divine love. Divine love. Now, another place where we get that shit fucked up and get ourselves fucked up is we start thinking that, divine love means you have to hold them in the physical too. Not always. Shoot, sometimes divine love is getting them out your physical experience. And then the other thing where we often confuse about love overall is that love requires physical presence. Okay, my love and the requirements for physical presence, these are not synonymous. They do not always go together. That's divine love. Removing the physical from the love is divine love, and letting the love flow no matter what, that's the divine love. And this is your creative power. This is your creative power. The divine love is your creative power. Yeah. And when your divine love is always acceptable. But your presence, that's valuable. In order to sustain the energy of divine love, you have to be in the energy to create and generate divine love. And you know what? If your physical presence is endangered, is insecure, is not being supported and loved and cherished and treated and valued as such, you won't even be in a vibration to generate divine love, which is your most creative energy. And I don't care if you're a man or a woman, you've got this mother energy in you too. We all do. So let's see what we have coming out. I'm going to give ourselves some more room here. We're going to do a past, present, and future energy with the mother piece round to roll now. All right, what's the energy here for the message past? Shaman the discs, okay, in the past energy. In the present energy, in the present, we have the Daughter of Swords, okay. And in the future energy, ooh, I just saw something, okay. The Son of Swords, okay. The bottom of the deck is Justice in reverse. All right, this is what I heard, and this goes perfectly with it. You had a lot more financial stability in the past. Your world was stable. Your car was running good. Business was good. Your money was good. You seemed to have a lot of prosperity here with this King of Discs energy. Right now, though, you're like, what happened? Where'd my money go? What's going on? I'm worried. I'm scared. It's not working. What's going to happen is, look at the way in this image, he's keeping his eyes on the prize, right? You're going to cut out the negativity. So I see that something here you've entertained has caused you to lower your vibration from this feeling of prosperity and abundance and wealth. And this is when you were minding your business so much that all the business was minding you too. And your accounts were fat. That's nice. And then you're like, well, oh, look at that over there. You shifted your point of focus to that over there. It's very much a chasing energy. I got to get that over there. Hey, you come to me. I want you. This is what I see. So what's about to happen? It could be as a direct result of watching this video for most of you. Some of you were already on this conclusion, and this video is just confirmation for you, right? But what's going to happen is you're going to give yourself a rest from that, from all that chasing energy, from that seeking externally energy, and you finna soothe your own spirit, soothe your own soul, satisfy your own Ace of Cups. Hello. Because rejection is protection and redirection. And then you do this, you're cutting through negativity and you're focusing your eyes on the prize. And look at the roses landing by your feet. If you had it before, I'm going to tell you one thing. If you had it before, you can do it again. Keeping your eyes on the prize. Instead of focusing on that over there, this dude, he's like, I'm ready to get more, but look at what I have. I already have this treasure box. I'm going to get some more though. And it is a masculine energy. I'm going to draw a little man G-string on him because that's just disturbing. Oh, Lord. Okay. Anyways, let's go in a little bit more and just see what else. I got the Acid Gypsy Tarot here too. We're going to pull this through. If you had more ability financially or stability, whatever it is in the past, and you're like, I need to get back there. I want you to put in the comments, I did it then, I can do it again. Put it in the comments. I did it then, I can do it again. Let's go ahead and clarify this reading for everybody who's watching here. What's the message here? Okay, let me get some shuffles on this Acid Gypsy. I did it then, I can do it again. If you did it once, you can do it again. Don't get so down on yourself. These are just lessons and experiences. It's an opportunity for you to do it again and do it better, and the ups and the downs. You know what I'm saying? Honey, you can rebound, and you don't. So there's a law of the universe. It's the law of rhythm. What goes down can go up. As above, so below. No, that's not the right one. Hold on. I just posted this to my thing. Let me go look at this right quick. I want to read it to you. I got to find it. Just give me a moment. A ver, ¿dónde está? Okay. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. So if it's going left, baby, it's going to go back right. Like this is the laws of the universe. It is going to, it has to, it must, it is, it already is. This is, so if things have been going back, get excited about all the fun that's coming, honey. Get excited about the get right. Then I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Jasmine ass. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Jasmine's ass. Because remember, Jasmine was physically blinded in her left eye. And one of Jasmine's big things throughout our whole relationship is she was always bitching about who did what to her so many years ago. When everything she had ever asked for was presently available for her, she was still focusing on what had left her, who had left her, how they left her. And my last conversation with the girl, I said, I don't know what you keep promising God, but you keep on getting hurt. And now, how much more do you have to lose until you start looking at what's right in your life? Because God already took your left eye, so you can't look at what's left your life. Do you need to lose your right eye too before you can see? You need to go physically blind before you can see everything? And she just laughed and confirmed that what I had said was 100% accurate. Point is, you could sit up here and boo-hoo, they did this to me. You can hold that energy, or you can start looking at what's right in your life. Boo-hoo, I did that, I fucked up, but... Or you can start look at what's right. What's the opportunity that I have here in this where I sit right now? There's an opportunity in everything. What's the opportunity that I have in this? Okay. All right, show me this king of this energy, please. Why is the shaman of this here in the past? What's the shaman of this in the past? Clarify this, please. Shaman of this in the past. Now, if I have tribe members, I want you to go ahead and prepare your personal question. Go ahead and put it in the comments box. If you are here and you're not a tribe member, you haven't purchased your membership, start preparing your yes or no question. If you want, you can put it in the box. Because I'm going to do the clarifiers for this. I'll do your alpha and omega, and then we're going to move into that phase where I do the personal questions for tribe members and a yes or no for everybody who ever watches this video. So start focusing on those. Let's go ahead. Shaman of this. What's the shaman of this? Por favor. Shaman of this, please. What's the shaman of this here? What's the message of the shaman of this in the past energy? Thank you. The 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, you had it all. We had it all, baby. You felt like you had it all. This is the energy of somebody who's like, all the good times are in the past. I had everything I ever wanted. Oh, God. Okay. In the current energy, why is the Daughter of Swords here? Show me this Daughter of Swords in the current energy. The 10 of Wands. And it's over. There's nothing left. What can I do? 10 of Wands. It's over. Now what? Okay. Let's see what's with the Son of Swords. Son of Swords. The Fool. Let it go. Be ready for the new journey and focus on the treasure that you have. That's what I have. What's at the bottom of the deck? The 8 of Pentacles. This is about a cycle that's gone over and over and over and over and over and over again. The 10 of Pentacles is also my contract complete, because the 8 of Pentacles is working on that soul contract. You've been working on that soul contract. Contract complete. What you are meant to see from this connection of this soul contract, you have seen. The contract is complete. Next step, release it with the Fool energy. Next step is release it. Before I let you go, I'm actually going to pull from a couple of Oracle decks. Let's go ahead and get something from the Work Your Light Oracle cards as well to go with this message. What else can you reveal for us, please? Let's get some guidance messages here. Thank you for guiding my beautiful ones watching. This is your message. This is your message. Yeah. What is the guidance? What's the most valuable guidance here? How can you work your light in this energy right now? Where is in your power to work your light? Ooh, you got 3 cards coming out. Let's see what you have. It says soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. But if you're physically alone, you can call in your spiritual tribe. There is somebody here. Do you have this friend that you vibrate with spiritually who gets you? And I'm here for you, baby. Am I your friend? Am I the one who gets you and helps out by what I know, share what I know? Maybe I'm the one that helped you. And that's what this channel is for you. If so, praise. That's exactly why I wanted to do this. I'm like, if all these fucking tears and pain I done been through can help somebody else get through theirs, I'm going to tell my story and embarrass the fuck out of myself on the daily. And that's what I do. Okay. You don't have to do it alone. You are not alone, because I am here with you. Okay. What else? Guidance. You're already doing it. Now, this message came to me earlier. I did not say it. Wish I had. You're already doing it. I received this message earlier. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. I didn't mention it because I was talking when I saw this card. This card I intuitively saw somewhere back in here. I don't remember exactly where, but I knew it's like I seen this card was coming through. You're doing what you needed to do. You're having the experience. You're choosing. You're saying to yourself, I want something better. That was the point. That was the point. As you looked at it and you recognize it for what it is, then the stuff must vibrate differently in your experience. The experience you're having was here to help raise your awareness that, dude, you deserve and want a better way. There's something different. You don't know what you want if you don't know what you don't want. That's how it works on Earth. It's kind of like most of us adults with our children. Just take one bite. If you don't like it, you don't have to have it again, but you need to at least taste it once. Raise your hand if you make your kids taste it once. You make your kids try everything once because they don't know what they like until they find out that they like it, right? And it's like, if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it no more. Now, what we're talking about is, there's somebody here. Are you feeling bad because you don't like it and you don't want to eat it no more? Or are you feeling bad because you don't like it and you're forcing yourself to stuff it down your gullet anyway? Ew, that's a question you can look at. All right. Keep facing your true north. You are already doing it. And if you're doing it and it doesn't feel good, praise. That means that you're about to have a beautiful rebound. You're going to springboard up off of that low. Be okay with where you're at. Know that it's changing. Okay. What else? Guidance. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution. Expression. Honey, stop trying to isolate. Come out of the cave. Talk to spirit if you have to, because you're not alone. If you were talking to spirit and then this video showed up for you and this is your first time finding this channel, put some in the comments. Put some divinely designed newbie. Put it. I want to know. Everybody, if you found something in this reel, I want you to say, this is my reading. Put it in the comments. Okay. The Sacred Self-Care Oracle. Let's get you some self-care guidance for today as well. Let's get you some self-care guidance. And I say for today, but this could be for what I heard as soon as I said today is for this process. So in today, the way Spirit's meaning today, when I said today, is like today, the current lesson, the current process that you're in. Let's get you some guidance. Let's see, what do I have for you? What is the most valuable message we can offer for the tribe who's, baby, if you was done, you would have woke up dead today, but you woke up alive, so you're not done. Yay! That alone is worth celebrating. I'm just saying. Remember your breathing technique. Remember to use your bubble of white light to help surround any feelings that are so difficult and pull them out of yourself. Push them out. Give them away. Okay, thank you. I just heard Bubba. He said, you can't lose weight. He said, but you could give it away. He said, because Bubba used to be overweight. And now he's skinny, right? And he's like, yeah, I just asked my body to give away all the excess. He says, and now I don't have no ass. And he laughs just like that. It's so funny. So maybe you have some excess emotions going on, excess attachments going on, excess trauma. You can declare to your body that you are giving away and releasing all your excess. Ooh, and I wonder what that'll do for our energies. Yeah, it'll be great because I see it giving away. You got to give it away. Give it to the universe. The universe knows where it's needed. All right, give it to the universe. The universe will know where to put it. Okay. All right. What's the guidance here from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle? What's the guidance, please? What is the guidance? Okay. Dance, dance, dance. It says dance, baby. Put on your favorite song. Did you find your happy song yet? You need a happy feet song, baby. What is your happy song? You need to build yourself a playlist, whether it's on YouTube, on your Spotify, Pandora. I don't know what you use. You need an immediate, like what's your vibration raising music? You need to put that together. And if you don't have one and you've been feeling like shit, today's a great day to start that project. You need to dance alone, in front of people, through the grocery store, in your car, in your shower, in your kitchen. I don't care. Let your spirit dance. Move your body. Shake your body. Okay. If you start to getting too stagnant, you can try that breathing technique, right? And then move your body. Literally move your body, because it's going to move energy. It's a specifically tangible way of moving energy, whether that's taking a walk, running in place, do some sit-ups, do some jumping jacks, or put your favorite playlist on and dance, dance, dance. You deserve it. You're worth it. Go for it. It's going to feel better. All right. This is what we have for you. Let me get your Alpha and Omega messages out. Then I'll be addressing the tribe messages. And you get your yes or no as well, regardless of who you are watching. Okay. Guardian of emotion. This situation requires emotional maturity and total trust. You're surrounded by those who have only the best of intentions, so you can rely on the advice you've been given. Challenges will be resolved. This card also indicates a generous humanitarian and refined person who you can completely depend on. This could be a reference to those characteristics within yourself. All right. And our second Alpha and Omega message says, dearest you, as you think, so will you experience life. Thoughts are that powerful and they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. These thoughts arise when connected to the energy of fear and often masquerade as truth. Yet the real truth is that essentially all is well. Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, organized, accepting, creative, open, and so on. Those are the ones we want you to keep thinking. And they have a less frantic quality. They are stimulating in a good way and don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on your thoughts? Meditate and leave judgment out of the mix. Everyone has those fearful thoughts. Love them, love yourself, and then choose the thoughts you want the world to reflect back. Life is not as hard as you think. Loving you so much. So how did this benefit you today? What was the message that you received that benefited you from this today? You know, there was something empowering here for you. I want to read all about it in the comments. Put some in the comments. Let me know. I need to grab another tarot deck so I could do these personals and do your yes or no. So get ready. You ready with your tribe members? You got your personal in there? We're going to do a yes or no as well. I'm grabbing my giant Rider-Waite tarot. Let's go. All right. So I only see right now one member request. So we're going to go ahead and answer that for Michelle. She would like a general message. Okay. So let's see, Michelle. Now, I heard if your name is Michelle, but you're not Michelle who put it in the comment box, I'll put something in the comments if Michelle's message was your message and your name is Michelle. I'm Michelle. That was my message too. Okay. Put it in the comments and give yourself 1,000 points. I don't know. Okay. What's the general message for Michelle? All right. And then I heard Steven. Who's Steven? Steven Universe. Okay. Steven Universe is a cartoon. What's that all about? I don't know. What's the general message for Michelle? Please and thank you. What's the general message for Michelle? What's the general message for Michelle? Okay, that one. Michelle, oh, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. New resources showing up from the divine hand. New experiences. a new energy, tangible, physical, touchable. This is something you could touch. It's new. It's coming as divine. I heard, and what would it take for you to realize that everything that happens in your physical experience is a gift from God, a gift from the universe? What would it take for you to access that level of consciousness? I heard. What's at the bottom of the deck? The Page of Swords. This has to do with, this is about you being teachable, asking questions, and learning. So if there's a question for you to work with, how is this a gift from God? Ooh, there's a question. How is this a gift from the universe? How is this exactly what I needed right now? Whether it feels ugly, whether it feels pleasurable, whether it feels fearful, how is this exactly what I need? If it's showing up in your physical experience, it's coming in with that divine energy with purpose. Your job is to ask the question. What is the purpose in this? Oh, and I'm also hearing something else. Where did I first hear this from? I'm not certain. I can't tell you who I heard this from, but I heard this from an external person. Oh, yes, I can. Mr. Honda. What's his first name? Something Honda. He's a speaker. And he said, I asked my money, what do you want me to do with it? What do you want me to do with you? Why are you here? What am I supposed to do with you? That's another important thing. What am I supposed to do with you? So in other words, physical experiences are showing up. There's a question for you to ask. What's the purpose? What am I to do with you? What am I supposed to do with you? Because the money, the energy, the people, the things show up for you for a reason. What's the reason for it? Okay, that's what I have for you. Let's go ahead and get into the yes or no for everyone who's present. If you're present, this is your yes or no answer. Now, Spirit was working with you and heard how you formulated your question. That's why one will work. Let's see. Is the answer yes or no for today's yes or no question? Yes or no? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The 11th card came out. If we get up to 13 with the yes in there, there's got to be an ace. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups is our 11th card. Okay, so the Ace of Cups is our 11th card. This is telling me immediately, yes, you need that self-love. Go ahead with that self-love. Okay, but yes, is this about Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, feminine energy? You've been receiving the answer that you received the answer that the answer is self-love. This is where your victory is over the devil, over that fear, over that false connection, over that toxic energy. Close out that fucking cycle. Universe been telling you, look at how painful it is. But you keep on holding on to it, giving to it. It's time for you to start a new path that honors your value, okay? But this has to go back to your emotional roots and foundations. That's what I have for you, my dear. Thank you for everything. Until next time, we did over 2 hours today. Sending you so much love over on the Wisdom app. I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread that shines all the way through. Call love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you could treat yourself at LPHtarot.com. As in love, peace, and happiness to you and yours. And of course, me and mine. Until next time. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. That's all, folks. And I'm out.